Hello, I'm Noah Daniel Combat, and the question of the day is, why are black women's hair always under ridicule? First of all, black women have always been under scrutiny. Early interactions between white men and African people give an answer as to why this is the case today. In a secondary source from Jennifer L. Morgan titled, Some Could Suckle Over Their Shoulder, she explains Englishman Richard Ligon's first encounter with a black woman. In his encounter with her, he describes this black woman as a Negro of the greatest beauty and majesty together that ever I saw in one woman. Later on, he says, I awaited her coming out, which was with far greater majesty and gracefulness than I have seen Queen Anne descend from the chair of state. As Morgan says, Ligon's rhetoric may have surprised his English readers, for 17th century images of black women did not usually evoke the ultimate marker of civility, the monarchy, as the referent. This is only one part of the dual idea of what the image of a black woman was to Europeans. In Morgan's piece, she states, Ligon came to another view of black women. As he saw it, their breasts hang down below their navels so that when they stoop at their common work of weeding, they hang almost to the ground at that a distance you would think they had 6 legs. For Ligon, their monstrous bodies symbolized their sole utility, their ability to produce both crops and other laborers. Black women were seen as monsters. In medieval art, demons who are described to have breasts that drag on the ground would disguise themselves in youth and beauty so that they'd be able to satisfy their craving for mortal men. It is because of the accounts of Ligon and others like him that this depiction of black women and later demons came about. This image of black women never went away with time. In fact, it only got worse through slavery, segregation, and modern day. From the depictions of black women as mammies to blackface to modern-day media with the use of unnecessary mugshots. This all ties into why for so long being black was seen as something to be ashamed of. Being a black woman to white people, and also to some black men and women themselves, is to be strong, tough, resilient, and basically masculine. Essentially, it is to be superhuman, or more accurately, to be something else other than human. Black women's hair is tied to and associated with being black. So because being black is being non-human, of course some black women would come to resent that. From my own personal accounts, I remember a time when many of my black friends would claim to be mixed or wanted to be light-skinned as a way to seem less black than they truly were and to be seen as beautiful. Or more notably, when black girls and women would chemically straighten their hair with perms, sometimes even burning their scalps, and tell people that their hair naturally grows straight. In early 1900s, a woman named Madam C.J. Walker developed her own hair care products line. It was a hair straightening product. One of the ads was simply promoting the hair straightening product, while the other stated, attractive faces and beautiful hair are symbols of success. All the while, there were only Caucasian-looking women on the ad. In this society where being white is right, having the physical characteristics that are opposite of the Eurocentric features puts you in a bad position. To some level, Madam C.J. Walker knew this was the case, or else why would the symbol of success come in the form of a hair straightening product? A large part of the beauty industry is making money off of people's insecurities, and Madam C.J. Walker made money off of black women and the rest of society not loving and accepting their blackness through their hair. In modern day, the new trend is to embrace your natural hair, also called the natural hair movement. According to CNBC, sales of relaxers, which represent about 18% of the market value, were worth $131.8 million in 2014, a drop of 34% since 2009. This isn't the first time that black people have embraced their natural hair. In the 1970s, there was the Black Power movement, but that seems to be more political. The difference is with today's natural hair movement, it seems to be more about self-love. Now, to answer the question of why black women's hair are always under ridicule, it is because of everything black hair symbolizes. It is one of the most prominent features of being black, and to be black is to be monstrous and non-human. But to be a black woman is to not only be seen as a monster, but to live in this weird middle ground of being repulsed by and lusted after. A beautiful monster.